Hola amigos, bienvenidos. Hi friends, and welcome back to the Language Tutor Spanish podcast. I'm so glad you're hanging out with me on this episode. I'm your profesor de español, Danny Evans. So glad to hang out and practice Spanish with you for a little while here. This is episode 13. So we'll be practicing episode 13 of the Language Tutor Spanish lessons. They're on YouTube. You can just go to YouTube and type in The Language Tutor, click subscribe and the notification bell so that you'll never miss any of our language lessons. All right. Today we're practicing AR verbs. Now, first up, I just want to go over a few verbs that we did on that episode. Just kind of give us a little handful of verbs to work with as we're going through this episode. First of all, to speak is hablar. To speak is hablar. To sing is cantar. Cantar. To look for something or search for it is buscar. Buscar. To walk is caminar. Caminar. And to swim is nadar. Nadar. All right, now let's just do a little quick check really quick. You're driving in the car or whatever you're doing right now. Maybe you're sitting at your desk at work. Let's do a little quick check. I'm going to say those in English, and I just want you to try to say them in Spanish really quick, all right? I'm going to go out of order. What is to look for? That is buscar, all right? What about to walk? To walk. That's caminar. Caminar. What about to sing? That is cantar. And to swim, nadar. And finally, to speak, hablar. All right, that's just a quick little check, just to see if you got those 5 verbs down. And, remember that there are tons and tons of AR verbs in Spanish. They're the most popular of the 3 types of verbs. By far, there are more ARs than anything. So the more you learn, the more you can just bring in your conversation. Chances are you've already been learning AR verbs. But if not, just get out that 501 Spanish Verbs book. That's a great book. If you haven't ever ordered that before, you might get on there and order that. It's a great book. A lot of verbs fully conjugated. The 501 Spanish Verbs. You can just learn all the AR verbs you can and apply the endings. All right, and speaking of endings, let's go over those endings really quick. For the yo form of any verb that we're going to conjugate, we're going to take off the AR on that AR verb, and we're going to put o, just the letter o. That's for yo forms. For the tu form, we're going to take off the ending, the AR, and we're going to put as, as. And for the el, ella, and usted forms, we're going to put a. And for the nosotros form, we're going to put amos. And for the vosotros form, the Spain form, vosotros, we're going to put ais, which is A-I-S. And there is an accent over that A. You got to remember that little accent there. And then finally, the ellos, ellas, ustedes form is an. A-N. An. All right. Well, that wraps up our initial review. All right. Now it's time to go into our second little exercise here together today. And that, I just want to simply give you a chance to think of the endings out of order. Okay, so I'm going to say a pronoun in Spanish. I might say, tú or nosotros or whatever. And I just want to give a little bit of a break and let you think of which ending would go with that particular pronoun. It's just good to think of them out of order sometimes. Okay, here we go. We're going to do all 10. The first one is ella. Ella. And that ending should be a, just the letter A. The next one is usted. Usted. And that one also is a, the letter A. The next one up is nosotros. And that ending is amos. Up next is ellas. Ellas. And that should be an. A-N. All right, up next is yo. And of course, we just put an O on yo. That's easy to remember. Yo and O. Up next is the word él. Él. And yes, it takes the same ending as ella and usted. It takes the a, which is just the letter A. All right, we got 4 more. The next one is ustedes. And that should be an. A-N, an. Up next is that Spain word vosotros. Vosotros. And that is ice. Ice. A-I-S with an accent on the A. And up next is tú. Tú. And that should be as, A-S. And up next is ellos, which is they. And that is an. An. A-N. Okay, friends, well, that wraps up our second practice of this episode. And now let's kick off our third and final practice of this episode. We want to talk about the verb hablar. Specifically, I want to just use hablar to speak. We're going to use it in every single one of these coming up. Now, what I'm going to do now is just say the English phrase. I might say we speak or they speak, and I just want you to translate it into Spanish. This is going to require you to think about the pronoun, and it's going to require you to think about the conjugation of the AR verb hablar. All right, well, let's kick things off. The first one is going to be you speak, and I'm talking to one person who is my friend. And that is tú hablas. Up next is she speaks. She speaks. And that is ella habla. Ella habla. Up next is you speak. Now I'm talking to one person here, but I want to show respect. And you should have said usted habla. Usted habla. All right, the next one up is we speak. We speak. And that is nosotros hablamos. Nosotros hablamos. Up next is you speak. You speak. Now this is plural, the form that they use only in Spain. All right, you should have said vosotros habláis. Vosotros habláis. Up next is they speak. They speak, and I'm only talking about a group of girls here. And you should have said ellas hablan. Ellas hablan. And the next one is I speak. I speak. And you should have said yo hablo. Yo hablo. Okay, 3 more. The next one is he speaks. He speaks. And that is él habla. Él habla. All right, next one is you speak. Now I'm talking to a group of people here, saying you plural, and it's the form they use in all Spanish-speaking countries. You speak. And that is ustedes hablan. Ustedes hablan. The last one is they speak. They speak. But now this is talking about a group of boys or a group of boys and girls mixed. They speak. And that should have been ellos hablan. Ellos hablan. Well, friends, that wraps up this episode of the Language Tutor Spanish podcast. I hope you have a great day or evening or afternoon wherever you are in the world listening right now. And it's so good to hang out with you and practice Spanish. So come back next time on the next episode when we'll be practicing telling time in Spanish. All right, so I wish for you paz y bendiciones, peace and blessings, and I'll see you next time on the Language Tutor. Hasta pronto.